Ever since I was a kid, I always felt this amazing thirst for life. To experience fully, you know, fully experience life. But unfortunately, my life was tormented with this bright curiosity and fear. I was in a household with someone who sacrificed for me and someone else who did everything in their power to make the simplest things in life 10 times harder on me, you know? It's I had I was attracted to things that got me excited, this feeling, movies, film, even certain books that took me somewhere else that wasn't where I was at. And I had seen enough things in my life that I know that there's something out there. And there was a time in my life I felt I connected with it, where I was able to make some changes. But it just literally became harder to focus at one point. I mean, once upon a time, I had to, I screwed up my knee. I was playing ball, and I had aspirations of playing college ball. I was on trial for the team, and I got myself in the gym. I'm working out. I'm getting in amazing shape. I'm spending hours there, pushing myself, and still, I just wasn't working. I guess the smartest as I look at it now. And then I ended up getting an injury, and I remember I literally, for some reason, that injury, it hit me a certain way. And I said, you know what? I'm going to fix this. I'm going to get better. I'm going to get strong. I'm going to come back better. And I literally should have gone to the doctor. I know I screwed up my meniscus and everything else, but I was limping around with an old cane, walking through campus. And right after class, I would go straight to the gym, and I would spend often average 6 hours there, really getting on the cycles and pushing that knee. And that was my motivation. I played with it. I played ball every day. And I got better, and I got stronger, I got faster. I got to the point, I'm not a huge dude, and I was able to throw it down, and people were like, wow, this guy just is a beast right now. Went to a couple of camps and everything else, and it's like after I got there, it was like I couldn't push myself to that next level. My focusing became a whole lot harder. I got distracted by, not like, whether it be chicks or whether it be just experiencing things or something adventurous. But when I had to focus on certain things, it just got harder. And fast forward a little bit, here I was offered an opportunity, gone out to LA. I wrote this crazy script, and this amazing woman said, oh my God, and literally said, look, I believe in you, and I think, we could make something happen, but you got to move to LA, okay? You got to get out here. And I said, okay, you know what? I'm going to work on it. I'm going to get out there. Now, rather than focus on that and really make that my optimal goal, what ended up happening? I ended up marrying some chick from the internet who was a psycho. I joined the military to support her and some kid that wasn't mine biologically. And she ended up, having, of course, somebody else's kid and all this drama. And I wasted 4 years. And, I'm talking about attempted murder, like the most horrible thing. But the thing is, it got to a point where I'm like, okay, I survived this, but I just got more stories to tell. And just when I thought I was getting everything, I was starting to understand everything, and I'm moving along. And me and my mother, we would talk about this, when I come in from work and this, that, and the other. And then, one day, June 15th, 2017, I walked into the place, and she was in bed, and she had died, And it was like, are you kidding me? And I felt, but I looked at her and I saw that body, and I just, from what I saw, it was like, I know she's in a better place. She's in an amazing place right now. And I know that she's like not in that body anymore, And then it was just like, now I'm like, okay, there's a whole bunch of things me and her talked about we're going to do. I told her I want her to experience and be there. And I remember she would say to me, whenever you get an award for something, just remember me. You better mention me. You better not forget, that, she would tease around about it, but it was about her sacrifices and everything else. She got to a point, she was like, I just want to see the next step. I want to see it happen, She told me a lot of interesting things, a lot of things that were crazy that she had experienced, And I can say this, man, I think there's a lot of things that they happen. There's signs for stuff, and she's told me stuff, and I've told her, we shared all this amazing info, and I've always, since I was a kid till this day, I feel certain things, you gotta look at these signs, man. There's times that we just find out years later, like, oh my God, right in front of my face, something pops up. So here I am, I'm at this bar, little restaurant spot in the city, and a guy we were shooting some stuff with, some footage, we're talking and, a little unusual conversation, and this guy standing on the right side of the bar gets in the conversation, and we just ended up talking about stuff that it was just like, what in the world is going on here? And I didn't want to admit it to myself yet, because I was just like, I'm like, let me really think about this. But when I met him, while we talked about exchange info, it started to make me think, and I said, my God, okay, I cannot do this myself. Can I live with not really going all out and using every bit of myself? Can I continue and making excuses for myself, whether it be physically, mentally, health-wise? What can I be in control of? You know what I mean? What can I really mold myself to be? I want to be that guy that's in my head. That guy that when I envision myself in amazing shape wearing that three-piece suit, I'm picturing like, a James Bondish, like really insightful individual, sharp, can adapt to any situation. I want that feeling with every deal, every move, every decision to be like Michael Jordan hitting the last shot to win the championship type stuff. But it's so hard to focus for me. I think I get there, I'm pushing myself, but you don't understand. Like, I sometimes just sit down and I'm like, time is kicking. I'm trying to get myself really motivated and not think about this pain. I'm trying to push myself, and it affects my memory. Short-term memory is pretty bad, but I still got this desire, this pushing desire. And I think this is going to be a very humbling thing, because I got to come to grips with everything that's really fucked up, and then realize that I'm about to have somebody that's going to guide me into a situation that could make me see, what I've always wanted to see, to be at, truly my best and keep evolving from physical to mental to spiritual and everything else. I know myself, and there's a part about me that I like to attack certain things, and I want to be pretty influential. And I think this could be something that could help a lot of people out, because we're so molded by our media system, this very unusual pharmaceutical entity that basically it's all about making profit. Because, who's really looking to cure people? It's about making money. It's about profit. If you look at it, this corporate mentality of this country, who's basically a corporation, is what has destroyed the world from the beginning. The minute people start to get motivated for profit, come on. What are we evolving? What are we changing? What's so revolutionary? What are we discovering? What we can do stuff to change life. We can stop hunger, right? Well, people got together and really started to understand how to manipulate human beings and understand our true naive nature. Now, to be able to turn yourself into that tool, that weapon in some cases, or that just rapid creature that embarks upon every challenge, and there's no fear, there's this faith in oneself. But the thing is like, look, man, I took some time off. I shook hands with people that could literally make you a star in Hollywood, set things up, and I shook hands with them, and they're expecting me to be making these films and everything else. But it's like, when it was coming so easy, it became so much harder to focus. But I can't afford to do that anymore, okay? I'm not immortal. You know what I'm saying? Shit's happening. We're living a crazy time right now, right? And I created this character in the script by the name of Xavier. And the challenge for me is to get myself in impeccable shape mentally and physically to pull this off in a trailer that's going to be seen by some serious people. And from what I share with you, and you start to see this character, it's going to reveal something that can be quite challenging in portraying that. And I know for myself, it's like, for what I see in my head, if I give it all I can, and I push myself 1,000%, and when I get behind that camera and I feel that, okay, I'm not there, I don't think I can make it there this way, I don't want to cheap it, and I'll probably do a casting. But deep down inside, something's like, fuck that. You can do this. You need some help to do this because you can't do it by yourself. Lloyd was able to do something. He decided he wanted to lose this weight. Something just clicked in him, and he just rode with that feeling like a wave, like a surfer, and lost all this freaking weight. And then he could have basically been like, okay, I'm good, live the life or whatever. But he wanted to challenge himself in different ways and delve into other things, that curiosity, that light. That this type of feeling, and this value is what guys that have like changed the world in many ways. History's proven that. So this is my challenge. I want to be able to run again. I used to be the fastest kid always, track and field, basketball. I would just, even before I developed skill, I would just get by you. I should have probably played football. But my body would have been able to take those hits for a couple of years. I don't know. But it might sound crazy, but I want to be able to run again really fast and keep up with these 20-year-olds. I want to be able to look in the mirror and say, I'm going to change this part of my body, and know what to eat, what type of training to do to be there. But the thing also is to have a strong mind, when you really got to think, when you really gotta create something and connect to some type of energy, man, that just puts you on another level. And you could feel stuff. Just like when the birds know bad weather's coming, when they know danger's coming, like you're connected to all that. To be able to do that is an amazing thing, because you'll see what really matters, and that's the challenge. So it's a lot. I mean, I have to be at my most disciplined ever. I've got to be like in basic training, basically. No drinking, can't eat any bullshit. I gotta eat this, that, and that. This, that, do this. I gotta mold whatever the hell I'm dealing with, whatever I'm going through, at what he's gonna throw at me. Okay? So, it's gonna be interesting. That's for sure.